The Whispering Forest. Professor Flora and Dr. Fungi always woke at dawn to sit on the porch of Lavender Cottage and drink their morning brew of wild herbs and berries, whilst listening to the waking forest.
Dr. Fungi, does the forest feel different this morning?
Oh, indeed, Professor. I was just thinking the very same thing. The bird calls are changing, the season's wheel is turning to autumn. And you know what that means, don't you?
The birds are migrating?
Well, yes, that too. But it's also mushroom season.
Well, the season's wheel is turning, Doctor, but I don't think it's that. No, there's an uneasy feeling in the air.
How curious, Professor.
Very curious indeed.
Morning, Professor. Morning, Dr. Fungi.
Oh dear, that settles it then. Trouble is definitely stirring.
It must be if Dizzy is here.
Disaster doesn't follow me everywhere, you know.
Oh, of course not, my dear.
Bye, Dizzy. Have a good day.
So rude. Everyone always expects the worst.
At that moment, there was a commotion in the distance. Professor Flora squinted her eyes to help her identify the kerfuffle.
Dr. Fungi, I do believe we have a visitor.
So we do, Professor.
Teddy Tree was sprinting towards Lavender Cottage with a sense of urgency about him.
Professor Flora, Dr. Fungi, thank goodness you're home.
Is everything all right, Teddy?
No, I don't think it is, Professor.
I knew it.
Last night I camped northwest of here. When I woke this morning, I detected the faint aroma of an urgent SOS pheromone from one of the trees.
A what, Teddy?
It's a smelly chemical trees create in their trunks and send out through their leaves to warn other trees when there is a problem.
Oh, I see. How clever.
Trees are very clever. The scent must have travelled some distance as it was quite weak, so I am not sure which direction it came from. But what I do know is this. Somewhere in this forest a tree needs our help.
Oh no, what will we do?
First of all, I shall plug myself into the Fungi network to see if I can hear what the trees are saying.
I was hoping you would say that, Doctor.
How will that work, Doctor?
Oh, mycorrhizal fungi is genius. Its underground networks connects all the beings of the forest to one another. If one tree wants to talk to the other trees, it sends a signal through its root to the fungi network, which then shoots the message out to the forest at lightning speed.
A bit like the internet.
Exactly. Only the Wood Wide Web is millions of years older.
So, there's a chance these trees know something is wrong?
Precisely.
Aha! That would explain the strange feeling in the air.
There is only one way to find out.
Dr. Fungi jumped down from his wooden stool and hurried over to the old oak that stood beside Lavender Cottage. He lay his palms on its trunk and softly whispered a few words under his breath. Then he closed his eyes and stood very still.
Oh dear me, you are correct. The trees are concerned for a mother tree east of here. It is quite difficult to know exactly what the problem is. The trees are so talkative in the morning, making sure everyone has the correct balance of nutrients for breakfast. It's so cute.
Have you any idea what the problem might be, Doctor?
Well, I think no. But the trees say head east. I'll be able to hear more when we get closer.
Okay, let's fetch our medicine bags.
Professor Flora and Dr. Fungi raced into the cottage and hurriedly packed an array of bottles and jars filled with all sorts of herbs and fungi and gloopy liquids, then emerged ready for action.
Teddy, can you lead the way east?
I have my compass right here, Doctor, and it says east is this way.
The forest floor was covered with a carpet of vibrant red, orange and yellow leaves. Along the way, Dr. Fungi pointed out countless species of mushrooms that sprang from the ground and grew on trees and fallen branches, all with different colours, shapes and sizes.
Mushrooms are the flowering fruit of the fungi organism. Some are very tasty, others are powerful healers, and a few are really quite poisonous, you know.
I know, Doctor. I once ate the wrong kind and became very sick.
Oh, you must treat wild things with respect. Take this little beastie, for example, the death cap. One teeny-weeny bite of its pretty little hat would lead to a slow and painful death.
Oh, Dr. Fungi.
Oh, sorry, Professor. It's so little, yet so very, very deadly.
They walked on through the morning and over lunch, stopping briefly to pick a selection of wild berries and nuts, as Dr. Fungi listened to the fungi network under their feet.
Yes, I can hear the mother tree now. Well done, Teddy. You are an excellent navigator.
Glad I can be of help, Doctor.
Slowly, a look of concern grew on Dr. Fungi's face.
Doctor, what is it? What can you hear?
We are looking for a mother ash. She is sheltering a creature of the forest. Her concern is growing. I fear we must hurry. Quick, off we go. We must find her soon, or
what, Doctor?
No. We must send out positive thoughts. The forest is listening.
They marched on in silence, each secretly hoping they'd arrive in time. As the sun began to dip in the sky, casting long shadows on the ground, Teddy abruptly stopped and announced,
We've arrived in the East Quadrant, Dr. Fungi.
I shall listen to the fungi network. Our mother ash should be clear now. Professor, one of the bunny rabbits is hurt and very sick. The mother ash is somewhere over there. Quick, there's no time for dawdling.
Dr. Fungi jumped up and down, pointing in the direction of the mother tree.
Let's fan out a little to cover more ground. Whoever sees the mother ash first can holler.
Dr. Fungi, Professor Flora and Teddy Tree frantically began their search.
Rabbits!
Before long, Teddy's voice rang out through the trees.
Professor Flora, Dr. Fungi, it's Jacob Rabbit and he's over here. Come towards my voice, this way.
Professor Flora was the first to arrive. She rushed over and knelt beside Jacob, who was lying on the floor unconscious. His right paw was badly hurt.
Oh, Jacob, my dear. It's Professor Flora. Can you hear me?
Professor Flora inspected Jacob's paw and took his temperature. Then pulled a bowl and a flask of clean water and a little bottle marked magic drops from her bag.
Are magic drops really magic, Professor?
It's a very old and extremely potent antiseptic recipe of St. John's wort, marigold, myrrh, gold seal and Centella asiatica. I always carry a bottle with me. You just never know when you might need it.
Once the bowl of water and magic drops were ready, Professor Flora gently placed Jacob's paw into it and then began rummaging in her bag.
Oh, he'll need something for the pain when he... Oh, I can't seem to find it.
Is something wrong, Professor?
Oh, we left in such a hurry. I didn't manage to pack everything. I don't seem to have a painkiller. When Jacob wakes up, he's going to be in a lot of pain.
I know just the thing.
You do?
Willow bark, and I think I know where to find it. I heard the stream a short distance back. You can usually find a willow tree near water. I'll be as quick as I can.
Just then, Dr. Fungi arrived.
Oh, poor Jacob Rabbit. What has happened here?
His paw has been badly injured, Doctor. Almost definitely a bite from another animal. And it's infected.
Yes, I can see. Has he been conscious at all since Teddy found him?
No. Oh, I do hope the infection hasn't gone too far. He's been lying here a long time.
Oh, positive thought, Professor. We must make Jacob one of nature's remedies. We must always remember nature's magical. Its healing secret will make our potion powerful. Our first ingredient must boost immunity. Let's start with 1 large spoon of turkey tail mushroom.
We will mix a super fix to help the body fight magic herbs.
Mighty fungi.
Unite. Nature's remedy. garlic has blood-cleansing qualities. Yarrow eases down, a high temperature. Fennel, sage, rosemary will do the trick, you'll see. We will mix our super fix to help the body fight magic herbs, mighty fungi. Unite. Nature's remedy, medicines from plants and trees. Nature's remedy, fungi helps us fight disease. Nature's remedy, wild world gives us all we need. Nature's remedy gives us all we need. Nature's remedy. Nature's remedy. Nature's remedy. Wild world gives us all we need. Nature's remedy gives us all we need. Gives us all we need. Splendid, Doctor. Jacob, I'm going to help you sit up a little so you can drink your medicine.
Down it goes. Don't you worry, Jacob Rabbit. You will be bouncing around the forest in no time at all.
Now, let's get that paw bandaged up.
Oh, your poor mother must be out of her mind with worry.
I bet she is.
I have the willow bark, Professor. How's the patient?
Well, we've made a potent mix of the best herbs and immune-boosting fungi we have.
Mother Nature is working her magic inside him right now.
Teddy, do you have any idea how we might carry Jacob back to his warren? He needs his mother and a warm bed.
No problem, Professor. I shall collect some fallen branches to make him a stretcher.
The light of a full moon bathed the forest in a silvery glow as Professor Flora, Dr. Fungi and Teddy Tree arrived at the rabbit warren carrying Jacob on Teddy's stretcher. Mrs. Rabbit opened the door with tears streaming down her worried face.
Oh, my baby! What happened to him? Will he be all right?
He has been badly hurt, Mrs. Rabbit, but I assure you, Dr. Fungi and I have used the very best of nature to help him heal. Now, let's get him to his bed.
Yes, of course, Professor. Thank you. Follow me.
Mrs. Rabbit, Professor Flora, Dr. Fungi and Teddy Tree sat beside Jacob's bed throughout the night. Then, as dawn broke, Jacob Rabbit began to stir.
Jacob!
Mum, is that you?
Yes, darling. I'm here.
My paw hurts so much.
Teddy?
Oh yes, I have just the thing, Jacob. Have a chew on this willow bark. It'll help take the pain away.
Thank you, Teddy.
Jacob told them all how he had escaped from a hungry fox that had bitten him. Then it was time for the sleepy rescuers to go home.
Now remember, Mrs. Rabbit, Jacob will need to take his medicine and apply the magic drops to his wounds 3 times a day. We don't want that infection taking hold again.
Thank you all so much. What would we have done without you?
Nature is the one to thank. It supplies us with so many incredible healing plants. Even some weeds have the most remarkable healing powers. You wouldn't believe the ailments I treat with a few stinging nettles or a handful of dandelions.
Oh, it's true. Did you know that penicillin and many antibiotics are made from common fungi? Just think how many lives it saved.
The Whispering Forest was narrated by Helen Martin, starring Katie Burnett as Professor Flora, Lloyd Walsh as Dr. Fungi, Arlo Ball as Teddy Tree, Gemma Anderson as Mrs. Rabbit and the Mother Tree, Theo Saunders as Jacob Rabbit, and Joe Churchman as Dizzy Disaster. Script consultant Siobhan Curran. Written and produced by Joe Churchman. Music by Ella Faux Sound. Lyrics by Joe Churchman.